Slowly, the creaking of an old wooden cart echoed through the crudely cut path of the winter forest. Hypnotic in its rhythms, with the occasional crunch of compacted snow fallen weeks ago, were strangely peaceful and sombre to Akrim, causing him to doze and sway back into his cart of meagre possessions. Only the infrequent rocks hidden in snow that littered the path would make him arise for a brief moment from an almost definite ambient slumber. Third, the mountain of a horse that could pull such a sizable cart wandered peacefully onward, as if he had travelled the same path many times before, and no longer required any encouragement from his master to reach their destination, always with the thought that no doubt he would be rewarded on arrival with a warm stable and a nourishing meal. Akrim was a Myon, an ilk of strong and honourable people that could walk upright on their hind legs, creating quite a sizable adversary if ever challenged. His features were typical of a vehement Myon male, sprouting two tree-like horns, curving round and over their heads like the wild hill rams of this land. His face told a story of pain and hardship, dry and scarred, with multiple lines like a riverbed in drought, or overcooked swineskin spitted over a campfire. These markings serve as an unpleasant and imposing reminder from many altercations in the past of flippant creatures wishing to test their worth against him. But as he sat cocooned in a patchy animal skin rug made from many the leftover of a true trapper, he appeared untouchable from the cold and hardships, not only from the cold this time of year, but from those of which he had become accustomed to bearing in the solitude that had become the existence of life as one of the only remaining Myon people. Akrim was now sleeping soundly as his cart rolled slowly onward. Perhaps the reprehensible provisions he had acquired were not as sustaining as he had hoped, and sleep was the only way to conserve energy. Dreaming of a warming fire and an even more warming woman, Akrim was blissfully unaware of the new noises that seemed to be emanating from the ice-licked branches and brushes around him, ruminating from the leaves, emanated like flames on dry wood. The noises were faint and almost untraceable from the heavy snorting mists expelled from the jug-sized nostrils of Third. But faint as they were, Akrim was not the only beast to frequent the forest on this icy winter evening, for these noises were being made by carefully placed steps in close proximity and keeping pace with the cart at all times. A particularly loud rustle from a nearby bush caused Third to halter and snort loudly in irritancy, but after a few seconds of silence, onward he trudged. Then the slight rustle began again, and continued for at least 1 mile before the sounds began to interrupt Akrim's slumber. At first, the sounds just caused rapid eye movement, but soon he began to stir, and then to waken fully at the notion that the forest that seemed so safe, secluded, and abandoned might be lodgings to more than just the odd owl. Pretending not to notice the extra attention something or someone was paying him, Akrim began to focus his post-sleep vision and ready himself for possible dangers that might befall him. Third was all too aware of the mysterious presence in the surrounding cold, but seeming to take solace in the comforting support Akrim placed on the reins, letting the horse know he was awake and ready. Evermore the wagon rolled on, and right alongside continued the rustling and scrambling that had followed for so long now.